With Memorial Day weekend just days away, many of us are rethinking our summer plans amid the coronavirus pandemic. And with so many questions about traveling and how to keep safe this summer, we've brought in a great friend of the show, Dr. Jen Caudle, family physician, to break it all down. Dr. Jen, welcome back. All right, let's start with Memorial Day weekend. Right around the corner, people usually have a barbecue with friends. They go to the beach. How do you do these things in a smart way this year?
Well, that is the $1 million question. I mean, the states are opening up gradually and in different levels. My first piece of advice is really you have to follow the guidelines set forth by your state and local governments, because every state and sort of every region has different requirements for what you are and are not allowed to do during this time. So what we're doing maybe in an East Coast city may be very, very different than what's happening in a West Coast town. That first will give you an idea of what you're even allowed to do. Make sure that you are familiar with that, because not everyone will have the same sort of guidance. But Hannah, what I would say, and I have a feeling that this might be the answer to a few of the questions you asked me today, is no matter what we are allowed to do, remember that social distancing still is our best friend at fighting this disease. Wearing our masks still have to happen, washing our hands, not touching our face. And I would also say is that just because things are opening up and you may be allowed to do certain things doesn't necessarily mean that it's right for you. Consider your own risk and the risk of the people around you.
I'm so glad you reiterated that. Let's talk about the masks, because one complaint we're hearing from so many folks is that it's hard to breathe underneath these masks, especially when it's hot outside. So when do you wear a mask when you're with other people? Is it 6 to 10 feet away, a little closer, a little further, all the time when you're outside?
Yeah. So you're going to hear my doctor conservative message with regards to this. Even though states are opening up and they all have different rules, I'll tell you what I am most comfortable with at this time is I'm most comfortable with everybody wearing a mask when they are outside their household. That is simply how I feel. Now, again, I understand that state and local governments may have different guidance on this. You should check what that is. But from a medical standpoint is how I'm speaking in terms of minimizing the potential chance for us to spread any germs to other people. And remember, that's what masks are for, is for just to protect other people against us. It really is best to wear a mask. They can get hot during the summertime. I do understand that. This is where I invite people to become creative and to really think about which type of mask works best for you. Cloth masks are certainly acceptable. That's what we want people to be doing. Obviously, not wearing the surgical masks or N95s because we need them for healthcare workers, but kind of play around and experiment with which setup, which type of mask, material, et cetera, really is best for you. And that's the way to go.
There's so many options out there.